Hello everyone, I hope wherever you're watching us from, you're having a great time. This is AfriPost and welcome to today's video. Now, many times as Africans, we tend to really think that the only place you can get better opportunities is either moving to Europe or moving to United States. And that is why you find that there are many struggling to move out of African countries. And that is why you realize that there are many people risking their lives crossing seas to go to Europe, go to Italy, go to France, and many other European countries to find better job opportunities in those areas. Because if you look at it from the face value, you look at an African and the kind of services that we have, the kind of lifestyle that we have here, many tend to think that the lifestyle we have in Africa is so miserable that we cannot really have a better life at the end. And that is why many tend to move away from the continent. There are also thousands of people who keep on losing their money applying for green card to have an opportunity to get this green card and fly and be part of people or African immigrants in the United States. And some have succeeded in getting these green cards, others have failed. But then, before you get your green card or before you decide to move to Europe, do you really think where you are going is the best place for you? I want us to listen to this compilation of videos from a Nigerian who was speaking about his experience in the United States. And he's saying that United States is not a place where anybody could really want to go to because the life there is not bearable and it is not worth thinking about or even desiring to go and experience. Let's watch this video and then react to it at the end.
There is no life in America. There is no life. We are not living here. We are just existing. How can a normal human being work from Monday to Monday just to pay bills? And some people even have like 2 to 3 jobs just to pay bills. We don't sleep here in America. We only nap. I can't remember the last time I slept 8 hours straight. No. 2 hours, 3 hours. At most 5 hours. There's no life here. You don't even have time to sit down and eat as a normal human being. No. You don't have that luxury time. You go to drive-thru, order your food, drive, pick your food, bring your food in your car and eat while you drive to work. Is that a life? There is no life here. We are not living. We are just living like AI. We are normal human beings for God's sake. The funny part of it is that this life never ends. You know the end. No matter how you kill yourself, no. You don't beat the system. There is no life here. There is no life. Out of 365 days of the year, you only have 14 days for yourself to go to vacation. I know what some people do when they go vacation. They wear different clothes, go to different backgrounds, take pictures. And when they come back every week, they dish out these pictures. And you back home, you think, oh, this person is living. Look at where he's taking pictures. Look at him. But it's all fake life. Life in America is like occultic life. Nobody ever say it. It's like a secret court. You don't talk what you see. Baba, you don't come, you don't come. You know they talk. You don't explain it. You don't even tell people. You have to keep lying, living fake life. But within you, really and truly, you are not living. You are only existing. There is no life here. There is no life. The more money you make, the more problem that will come after that money. If you make $5,000 a month, your bill will rise to $6,500. The system is being structured in a way that you must be in debt. It's a normal thing. If you're debt free here in this America, the system will see you as if you are not responsible. That you are not even worthy to be trusted. You must owe in this country. You must owe. And that is how they get you. That's how they capture you. Because when you owe, you don't even go back home. A lot of people came here saying, let me just spend one year and that's it. Baba, if you don't come to this country, you don't go back. It's a trap. The system will definitely trap you. You don't go back. There is no life here. There is no life.
I just want to confirm, as an American that has unfortunately been birthed here and has grown up here my whole life, how true this actually is. I genuinely hate everyone. And, a couple of years ago, and obviously all throughout my youth, I was a typical person. I wanted friends. I was sad when I didn't have friends. I did everything that I could to be likable and to have friends. And as I was growing up, I began to realize that people only cared about me based off of what I was currently consuming that was popular. Whether it was on the internet or whether I was in real life. I mean, real life, not always, but even then they would only care about me because we both went to the same school, which is raising us for slavery. And, I would only be friends with people if I saw them every day at work, which is slavery, etc. And outside of that, there's no friendship, no connection, no interest. I used to praise online relationships as a mentally ill neurodivergent woman. And I used to say, oh, I've made such profound relationships over the years of my life. I've met incredible people. And about 2 years ago, I started to get this weird sinking feeling right along when I started out the revelation that I had been raised for slavery my whole life and that nobody actually ever cared about my dreams or about me being an artist or a person. And generally speaking, they just were training me to be a slave and that the teachers around me were also a slave. And that revelation was realizing that every friendship I've ever had has been fucking trash. And if I hadn't been a consumer, which is all that America wants people to be, and literally the only way you can really get to know people because consumption is all that we have as Americans to interact and to connect, people do not care about you and will not care about you. They don't care about your own original creativity or ideas. They don't care about your thoughts, your life story, your emotions, your personality. Nobody cares in America. I see it all the time on apps like Tumblr, Reddit, Twitter, people posting their artwork, their thoughts, their ideas. Unless it's about some trending, popular, consumer, officially published thing, nobody cares. We all subconsciously know that, there is no life in America, like the video that I'm just reframing. And what he means by that, I think, is that we don't care about genuine, authentic life in America. Day to day, regular people and regular life, hanging out, talking about just being human, being authentic, and just living in the moment. The only thing fucking worthless Americans care about is consumption. Work and money and consumption. That is all that people ever talk about. It's all that people fucking bond over. It's all that people spend their days doing. It's all that people spend their days at work talking about. And the tragic thing about it is that genuine, true life, real, genuine fucking life is borderline non-existent.
Unless you lived abroad, if you lived out, then you came back, you won't know what he's talking about. And I think he's Nigerian. So 2021, when I came back from Nigeria, I was living there for a while. When I came back, life here felt so weird. I came back and I didn't realize it, but when I came back, life here felt so weird because there you have time. You have time. You have time. The world we come from, we have time to actually live our life in the moment. But here you get up, as soon as you wake up, 6 o'clock for some people, you get up, go to work. Let me say something. I have nothing against hardworking, grinding, hustling. My point is, the system here is a scam. No matter how hard you work, you will never truly own anything. Your time is your biggest asset. Your time is your biggest asset. You get up every day to work, to pay bills. You get up to go to work, to pay bills for a house you barely own. You barely own. Everybody's paycheck to paycheck. When I was living in Nigeria, I realized how much time people had. When they pay rent is for a whole year. A whole year. Can you imagine that in the States, in a fictitious scenario, if they paid their bills for a whole year? How ease of stress, how less stress that would be? Imagine, people here are literally working themselves to death. They're working themselves to death. That's why when I get a chance to take some times off, every 2 or 3 months, I take at least a week off of work because these businesses don't give a fuck about you in America. America is a business. A business only priority is itself. The people, their so-called citizens, are just employees. They are working till they get old enough, till they're burnt out. They're pretty much like batteries. You know how batteries are. Once they burnt out, you throw them away. So American citizens are the biggest slaves. I say this because you burn yourself out. You work for 40 years, you burn out, then you retire with barely not even any money. Yeah, another thing is life here, you barely talk to people. The only time you talk to people may be at work, but then again, it's not even good to talk to people at work. They are very pitiful. They can just sell you out. You say something, they sell you out. Your own neighbor, forget about it, won't even utter a word to you. You can be living in the same unit for like 10 years, 15 years. They will never greet you, anything. Forget about greeting here. It's just nobody greets people here. It's a really crazy world. It's all about money, money, money. Get up, get up, get up. There's no time to really think about your state of mind. You're just in a state of constantly trying to worry about bills.
Now, from watching that video, I think for me, it really gives me the thought that we should appreciate where we are. I think as Africans, there is need for us to re-examine this desire to always move to the West, because we must understand that nobody will come to Africa and build it to the status that United States or even European countries have grown. It is only us who can work and have it built better. I played a video yesterday here of one John Henrik Clark. He was saying that who is it that taught us that we cannot be inventors of new things? We cannot create good things that can work for ourselves as Africans, because most of us have always been conditioned to think that things created in United States, things created by the white person, are the ones that are of good quality, and having the life that they live is the best life that anybody could have here. But listen to our brothers there. They are kind of saying that United States is a place where you will always be in debt, and you will always owe somebody something. And this is what will always keep you working continuously to an extent that you do not have even a space or even that time that you can have for yourself to enjoy. And this is something that in Africa, I would say that for us, it's totally different, because if you look at the cost of living in Africa, while it may be high in some areas, I think it is very bearable for us, because what some of us get, some of our foods are gotten from the gardens, and we do not have to spend much at certain times to get some foods, and therefore the amount that an African spends on food is significantly lower than the amount that anybody living within the United States can spend to get their food. And this is the difference there. You also look at housing. The problem of housing is something that is evident in the United States. People find it difficult to have good houses, and if they get them, they are charged highly, and spending continuously to pay these houses is something that many of them really find it's very expensive for them. And this is totally different in Africa, because for us here, some of us, we are in our homes, we have inherited lands, and it is family land, and we do not have to pay anything for these houses. If you look at the rate of homelessness within the African continent, it is significantly lower, because most of us live in our homes. However, if you look at United States, the brother has shared that expenditure is high and high at all times. Also, on social lifestyle that people have there. How is it that somebody can have much time spent on work with little time left for them to socially engage with others? This in Africa, I think it's totally different. For us here, you have that space to connect with your family members, you have space to meet your friends and talk, and it's always free. And therefore, I think for Africans, the best thing that we can do is work within ourselves, build our institutions, build our industries, build our continent to have industrialization levels higher. And this will be helpful in creating job opportunities for us. I don't know what you think about this topic, but please, if you're watching us for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and also share. And also remember to give us your comment down in the comment section so that we get to understand your perspective about the topic, because I think there is need for us to reassess this issue of migration from Africa to the Western countries, because if you look at it, the lifestyle in those countries are not what as Africans we are brought up to think and to understand. Thank you, and may the good Lord bless you. Goodbye.